Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel where I make quality content that nobody really asked for. In today's video, we actually have another makeup video. I can't believe that we have another one on this channel, so slay on that because people always request makeup videos, so I'm always happy to film more. And today is basically part 2 of my last video, which was me opening up an Elvira costume I got from Amazon, so check that out. And today's part 2 of that when I transform into the queen herself. So I'm very excited to see if I can do Elvira good or not, so let's just dive right into this video. Let us start with the fun. So I already started doing my face off camera just because I thought like putting my base makeup on might be a little bit boring because it's the same thing I do all the time. But now I'm at a part where I want to chit chat with you because it's much more of a chit chat video versus me sitting down and have a voiceover. And so I started my contouring process. Now it looks a little bit crazy because it is, because one thing I learned from my theater class is when it comes to the cream products underneath your powder, you always want to make sure you put more on, because sometimes when you do a buttload of powder, it lessens the pigment of it. Like, you want to look as extreme, so you want to put always a little bit more on. So that's what I'm doing here. And so for my contouring part for Elvira, because Elvira doesn't have the exact face shape that I have, her cheekbones, even her blush placement is tend to be more right here of her cheeks, because that's where her cheekbones are, because mine are a little bit more higher because that is how my facial structure is. So I'm trying to create that cheekbone shape with my contour, and I think it looks fine. But once I start highlighting, adding blush, I think it looked much better. So I'm going to finish out my contouring because I'm going to start doing my nose part. And I thought this part might be interesting. So I'm taking my J-Cat palette because this is my contouring palette. Now, me and Elvira's nose is not too different. Just hers is a little bit more pointy at the end. But in her makeup, she does highlight like this, her ridge a little bit more. Not highlight, but contour it more. So I'm going to start doing that. And I'm going to just grab my contouring brush. And I'm really going to focus the contour right here because from her photos, she seemed to have a lot of contour right there. So I'm adding that. But first, I'm starting with a little bit lighter of a contour shade. That might be a little bit too light. Go back. Just to add some depth here. I'm pouring some contour underneath my brow and just dragging it down my nose to elongate it because she has a nose bridge. So I want to highlight my nose bridge. And then to make my nose a little bit more sharper, I'm going where my nostrils is. And then I'm literally going to tap that contour right there upwards to make it a little bit more pointy. So that's what I'm doing there. And I'm going to where my nostrils is right here and add some contour right there to make it look a little bit more sharper. I said once I put the highlight and stuff on, they look much better. But as I was talking about, Elvira tend to have a bit, like her makeup tend to have a lot more contour right here on the center part of her nose bridge. So I'm going to do that too. Alrighty, so there's my nose part. We're looking a little bit crazy, and for some reason this lighting is really yellow. Don't know why, but it is what it is. And I also have my headphones in because sitting here in silence and talking sometimes will make me go a little bit crazy, and I don't have my wireless ones right now because they died, so I had to use my wired ones. So since we're done with all the contour, let's move on to the highlight. So I'm literally using white cream paint because her skin is much more pale than mine, or at least Elvira is. I don't know much about Cassandra Peterson. And I'm gonna put it on my finger and just drag it down my nose, like all the way down. To make the nose look a little bit more elongated, because even though I do have a long nose, this part of my nose is not very sharp. I have much more rounder thanks to my mother, but I have the nose bridge of my father. So I also put my blue contacts in because she has blue eyes and I have black beady eyes, so not very Elvira if I don't have the blue. Go on that, and then I'm also gonna put a little bit on my brush, my sponge, And I'm just gonna go right here on top of that contour, making it really full so it make it look like my cheekbones are a little bit more lower and full because mine tend to be more high. So I'm just tapping that in. And I'm actually using it a little bit under my eyes to make it a little bit more brighter, but not as much as I put on, just a little bit. I said this looks crazy because it is, but once you put powder on, it'll literally melt. Bring more white on my nose. Okay, and then I'm really gonna put white on my chin. I said this looks a bit crazy, but because it is, but I look like I belong in a horror movie, so slay on that. Base trust the contouring because, you know, if the church learn or the men learn that we can shapeshift, they're gonna tell the church, you know. I feel like every single time I contour. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab a very pink cream blush. I'm using this one from Elf. You know, I don't really like it that much, but it is what it is. Putting that on my brush because don't use a sponge with this because it'll get patchy. And I'm going to put blush right where we put the contour, the highlight, like right in between. Because usually, I said, usually for my normal blush, either for costume. For costume, I tend to put my blush right here. Or my everyday life, I tend to put my blush up here. But for Elvira, I do like an in-between. But really focusing it towards my apples right here. Again, to make my cheeks a little bit more fuller right there. Again, I'm gonna do some more contouring on my chin. So I'm grabbing my palette again. And then I'm gonna add more shaken so I can do my chin contour. Because her face is a little bit more slender. Mine's a little bit more square shaped. So I'm gonna try to create that. And then I'm gonna grab my highlighter version of the contour palette, grabbing the lightest shades in there, and I'm gonna like add some up right here. I don't want to use pure white because I just don't want to. I'll use a slightly skin tone colored and put that underneath my contour right here as well, just to help clean that up, but also help make my skin a little bit lighter without being too weird. I'm gonna highlight a little bit of my nostrils on the side here, just a little. Okay, blend, 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 blend. Okay, before this wipes off my face, I'm gonna powder it. Usually, I'll save my powdering in my bathroom, but I don't want to do it that right now. So I put the powder here. Hopefully, I don't get it everywhere. I used the Coty Airspun. Got my little velour puff, and I'm gonna like pat that stuff on. See how much that powder helped blend everything in and tone it down a little bit, so that helps tremendously. So that's why I always say, like, it looks crazy until you put the powder on, and then you can see like, oh, I do look normal. Well, normal enough. Usually for my makeup, when I have more elaborate makeup like this, like for costume and stuff, I usually do my eye makeup first. But Elvira's makeup is a little bit unique for me, so that's why I did my face first, because she has a lot of eyeshadow. And one thing that's also gonna be a little bit different is I'm gonna grab my brow gel and I'm just gonna put that in my eyebrows right now versus later, because our eye makeup is actually gonna go beyond our eyebrows. So Elvira has like this very unique makeup where her eyeshadow goes way beyond her eyebrows, and it's like purple on the edges and blue in the center. So I'm gonna use this. It's really gross because my makeup's gross, but in a Trance by ColourPop. I don't know if they still make this palette, but it's kind of perfect. So I'm gonna take a blend of these two colors right here for my purpley pink part. And first I'm gonna go to my outer edge first of my eyeball or my eyelid, and I'm just gonna blend that up, like really packing it on and blending it. Grabbing that same purple pink color, connecting that to my upper eyelid and bringing it lower and making it really like blown out. Okay, now that I have that color, I'm actually going to take a different palette and I'm going to mix another like pink shade with purple and put that over, because again, sometimes this shade doesn't really show up well on me, so I'm kind of like deeping it up a little bit, but not too much. So I'm taking like a hot pink mixed with a purple from a different palette that's no longer with us, and then I'm just gonna blend that into the eyeshadow as well. It kind of give me Viking vibes right now, with the but like pink, obviously. I don't Viking footwear, but like I look like warrior face paint, you know. What is giving a little. Grabbing like a flat brush, I'm going to take a mixture of these two colors together and pack that on right in the center. Honestly, this blue shade is so great. I love it. It's so pigmented. It's so pigmented. It sounds like such like a 2016 beauty influencer. So pigmented. So amazing. Oh my goodness. I mean, you suck at ColourPop. Like, discontinue this palette right when I filmed this, because I think they still have this palette up. But when I was doing my, this is not even. It is a crooked, like my teeth. But when I was doing my Marinette makeup, I used the Sweet Talk ColourPop palette for that, because I use so many ColourPop palettes. And the moment I start filming that video, ColourPop decided to discontinue it. I'm like, wow, that is just my luck. Wondering what I'm basing all this off of, is this Elvira makeup image right here. Oh yeah, Tiffany, that's a little bit crazy. Like, it kind of is. Anyways, that's a little bit annoying. If you don't know, I have my Instagram camera right there for the reels, just because I gotta make a short form video on this look, and the camera and the SD cards are just like not working with me, which is so annoying. Like, hello. So anyways, I'm gonna just keep blending out my eyeshadow, because I feel like it just, like, this purple is just not coming up. You know, in real life you can see it, but it kind of looks kind of awful. But you know what? I'm just gonna keep going. Don't know if I love it, but you know, it is what it is. So the next thing on Elvira's look that she has is she has this like purple eyeliner, like crease. She has like this purple eyeliner crease thing going on. So I'm gonna do that myself. So I'm gonna try to find my purple water activated paint, and I gotta grab my water bottle. So I'm taking my water activated eyeliners. You can tell I love this a lot. Like, look how messy that is. And I'm just going to take this warm purple shade in there, add a little bit of water. I love water activated eyeliners. When it comes to makeup looks, they make my life so much easier. And if I could make my life easier, I would. Okay, so I have to be quiet for this part. It might be out of frame too, but I'm going to do like that circle shape she has. It's important when you do this type of like eyeliner look. This kind of looks awful. A little bit uneven, but there's like I can do about it now. Hold on. But one thing you want to do when you do this type of eyeliner is you always want to dry above your eyelid crease. So you can see my natural eyelid crease right there. I draw it above, so therefore one thing you can see it, and this won't bleed or smear everywhere. So keep that in mind. And then I'm gonna just touch this up. Okay, I'm gonna leave it alone before I ruin it. And then the next part of her eyeliner, going back to my cream paint here, is start to do the shape of her under eyeliner. So I'm gonna do that here. My normal black eyeliner, and then this gonna be a thick one. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a really thick wing, and gonna have to be quiet for that because I will mess up otherwise. Finish off the rest of the eye makeup. So Elvira has a little bit of blue eyeliner underneath her eyelids here, like on her lash line. So I'm gonna find some blue. So I'm gonna take again my water activated eyeliners because they're my fave. Get a nice thin brush. And let me just put that. And this is not dark enough. Let me blend it in with the slightly darker blue. And have like the thinnest line. Technically, you put this in your lash line, but I don't like adding stuff to my lash line. It gives me eye infections. And then I'm just going to deepen up this black eyeliner I have underneath. So I'm going to grab again my water activated eyeliners and a thin liner brush and just like go over that white eyeliner we did. Okay, I think we're done with the eye look. Let me double check my reference. Yes, so I'm going to add some mascara, but not too much because I don't want to go on my under eyes. Really keeping that because, again, just to help blend in when we put the eyelashes on. And we're almost done with Elvira. So, yay! Alrighty, since we're done with the eye look, I'm just going to do my brows now. So Elvira actually has like brown eyebrows, but I don't own like brown products. So I'm just going to take some eyeshadow and just do a nice like arched brow. See why I decided to do my face first versus my eye makeup first? Because if I try to put foundation after all of this, it just ain't gonna happen. I can just tell you that. And make them nice and arched, which makes me so happy because I have naturally arched eyebrows, and some characters they don't. So sometimes it's so hard to get that good eyebrow shape. But I'm glad Elvira has arched eyebrows. Alrighty, since we've done our eyebrows, now we can move on to the last part of our makeup, which I'm going to finish out the base here because you never have too much base makeup. So I'm going to grab my powder contour palette. I don't think they make this one anymore by Makeup Revolution. And I'm just going to add some more because, you know, just a little bit more contour right here. Just a little, not a lot. Why did that look so awful on camera? I don't get it. And I'm gonna blend that a little. This brush smells disgusting. And then I'm gonna grab a pink powder blush and put that on my cheeks as well. And Elvira doesn't wear a highlighter, so I'm not gonna add any highlighter, which is kind of hard for me because I love highlighter, but we gotta stay accurate. What up with this camera lighting? Like, it looks so awful. Like, hello? Like, on my, like I said, in person, my face looks fine, but on camera, I look like I'm sick. But something I can do about it. It is what it is. I just want to get this video done at this point. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab my contouring palette again, my powder one, or my nose. Just really just on my nose bridge part. Okay, we're almost done. I'm gonna move on to my lip part next. So Elvira has lips, but some pictures of Elvira, she has some lip liner that is slightly darker than her red lips. So I bought like a dark red liner, and I'm just gonna outline my lips. She has like this normal lips, you know. Here's my lip line, looking a little crazy, but it is what it is. I did make because I have very heart-shaped lips, so I did widen my lips a little bit to match hers. Now I'm gonna put some red lipstick over this, but before I do that, I'm gonna put my lash glue on my eyelashes here. So I just applied my eyelash glue to my eyelashes. Again, I'm using this. You know, I don't think they're dramatic enough, but it is what it is. While that way, I'm gonna apply my lipstick. So I'm using this Maybelline matte liquid lipstick in this red shade. It doesn't give me the shade number, but it's the red one. And it's gonna put that on my lips. The lipstick is on. Honestly, I love this lip combo. It's so vampy, so pretty. So I like the little ombre of using the darker lipstick or liner than the bright red lips. Oh, I think it looks beautiful. So I'm gonna stick on my eyelashes now. So here is the finished makeup. Now I'm gonna put my costume on and my wig that I did. But right now, my makeup, don't get me wrong, it's good makeup. But do I look quite like Elvira right now? I don't think so. I think I look more like a drag queen than Elvira. Well, nothing against drag queens. I love their makeup, but that's what it's giving. But hopefully once I put the hair and makeup on, not hair and makeup, hair and clothing on, I'll look a little bit better. Because right now, it is what it is. So yes, so again, watch my last video when I unboxed my Elvira costume I got from Amazon, but I did make some changes to it. I made it a little bit more accurate, as you could say, because I opened up the neckline a little bit more and just made it a little bit more me. It fits me a little bit better, and I also did the wig. So let's just see how everything looks once it's all on. Woo! Kind of nervous, not gonna lie. And here's the look with the wig and the makeup. I'm just gonna keep my hands right here for now because YouTube is sensitive and don't like seeing any sort of cleavage. So I'm just gonna be covering it. And yes, I did alter this gown a little bit more to make it a little bit more accurate to Elvira. And I did my wig here. I stacked 2 wigs to get, you know, this nice high hair, because you know higher the hair, closer you are to heaven, as they always say. But yeah, here is the finished makeup look. Oh, I have like a little bit of hair on my nose. Go away. Go away. But here's the finished makeup look after I have everything on. And I had to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like the makeup came out good, but I don't know if I love myself as Elvira. I don't know if I'm like rocking this character or not, so you gotta let me know down below, because this is my first time like putting on all my Elvira stuff, and do I love it? I'm not quite sure, but is there anything I can do to change it? Probably not, but here's the finished look. Here's another close-up of it. But overall, I'm still happy, and yes. So, and it's only just for Halloween time, so it's not like a permanent cosplay of mine, so it's all good. But I'm still excited to meet Elvira and go to this horror convention. But until then, that's all for today's video, and I hope you didn't find it boring or cringy. And I have no idea what my next video is, but I hope you watch. And until then, happy Halloween and goodbye.